Welcome, everyone. Friday. I'm the Grace Strega, and I'm here to give you your daily collective read for today. We are going to get started on today's daily collective read in the next few minutes. But if you would like to get on the list for today for a personal reading, the list, as always, is open. As always, it is 3 cards for a donation of 29 or more, 4 cards for a donation of 23 or more for my subscribers, Binks and Mylayo. Please keep in mind there are 2 things I do not read for across these apps. Those are pregnancy and medical. Happy to give anything in private readings, and you can book private readings on my site. We are also doing 2 giveaways today. Our first giveaway is a reading giveaway when we get to 50K, and we will also be giving a reading to the highest gifter between now and the conclusion of the daily collective read. So I wish you a lot of luck if you're participating in that contest as well. Prior to beginning today's daily collective read, I will be giving a brief recap on what we've been seeing in the cards over the last few days. If you would like to catch any of those full readings, you can find them over on the place where we keep the videos. You can also find them over on the place where we keep the photos. You can also find them as a podcast over on my spot at Tarot Church and over on my Substack. But first and foremost, most important question, how are we doing today? Scale of 1 to 10. No wrong answers. We just came out of a real doozy of a full moon. So anything you're feeling right now is totally okay. And I do feel very strongly that something about this recent full moon, depending on how you received it, it could have felt a little polarizing. The reason I'm saying that is because, especially with Jupiter and Gemini, I've been looking and I feel like this full moon in Scorpio has to do with recognizing not just change, but the path of change. And that's a little bit different because, one of the things that, and we were talking a lot about this in the class that we just taught earlier this week on the death card. If you're still interested in participating or viewing in that class, you can still catch that video if you become a paid subscriber to my Substack. But one of the qualities that we recognize is that change is the only constant to a certain extent. And, a lot of the fact that we experience that Scorpio full moon and Taurus season, it has to do with how difficult it is to navigate change. It has to do with recognizing that. So I feel like a lot of this full moon, for some, it was spent honoring the path of change in terms of being able to see situations, recognize how you've changed in terms of how you navigate something, right? The honor of the journey that is articulated by the gift of change of the self. Or it could really feel like a call to action in relationality to recognizing a blind spot, or recognizing a rut, or recognizing something that you might want to put more work in to be able to see the path of change to allow for that to have a breakthrough. So it's either, and it has a lot to do with the fact that Mars is in Leo. So it's either honoring the journey of change from the past, how far you've come, or recognizing and identifying that path of change for the future, where it is that you're going towards. It feels a little bit like intermission energy, which is interesting. But and I think that the reason about that is because we see that, and we've been identifying this across all of the frequencies, there's a lot of change that's occurring right now across the frequencies. But it's positive. It feels productive. It doesn't feel necessarily easy, because the one thing I see that's happening right now is moving away from anything that feels overly indulgent, being able to identify and recognize what feels like it serves the self and fortifies it, versus what feels like it indulges the self but keeps one feeling stagnant. And we're gonna keep on seeing this coming up a lot during Taurus season, because this is a lot of the work that those with Taurus placements come here to work through. It's working through the paradox of comfort, that our ability to find comfort is directly proportional to how much discomfort we can navigate. Because by being able to expand upon something, we push past our comfort zone, we find new sources of comfort. We find things that we haven't seen before. We find things that we haven't recognized. Now, this is having a big impact across the frequencies. Now, interestingly, and I feel like a lot of this is a lead up to what we identify, which is going to happen in a few weeks, because we'll be moving into Gemini season. And not only are we going to be moving into Gemini season, but on top of the fact that we're moving into Gemini season, we are also recognizing that Mercury will also be moving into Gemini. So it's going to be it's going to be fun. It's going to be a little wacky. It's going to potentially feel somewhat polarizing, because sometimes when we're working through Gemini lessons, we talk a lot about adaptability or polarity. We're working through decisions. But I want to talk a little bit about the frequencies themselves. Now, for the energy and separation, every time I've been reading into the energy and separation right now, I've been seeing it's very heavily in magician energy. These are magician partnerships that are coming together right now. And a lot of that has been the articulation of the reason that they're magician partnerships is, ironically, there's a space of absolutely no illusion, trying to come into one's authenticity. We also see that for a lot of the energy and separation right now, working through the context of change, potentially even building into new relationships and identifying the difference between adaptability, right? The ability between working through frustration, healing from situations or circumstances wherein another potentially had an aversion to change. Because what we effectively identify for a lot of the energy that is in separation right now is we are seeing that a lot of that energy is healing from inconsistency in energetic exchange related to partnership, working through the lesson that something that is good but inconsistent is often worse than something that is just bad all the time, because the ability to predicate, the ability to be able to have insight as to where something is going often articulates upon the stabilization point of our relationships. So this is what we see that a lot of the energy in separation is concentrating on. They're building into an identification of consistency and authenticity. The difficulty here is this is creating, again, Mercury and Taurus. Some of these new partnerships are moving very slowly. They are not rushing things. Why is the energy in separation taking something slowly, potentially even slower than they would ideally desire? Because this is some energy right now in separation, trying to find consistency. When you're trying to find consistency, you have to allow Saturn to do its work. You have to work into the context of time. So this is a lot of the energy that may even be explaining to one another why they're moving more slowly, not due to the fact that there is fear there, but seeking consistency, identifying what that force of constant change is, because that ability of doing so, this is helping the energy move away from some of those frenetic relationship dynamics, right? Those relationships that often have like a lot of fireworks in the beginning, or a lot of sparks that start at the beginning, but someone that doesn't lack the fortitude to be able to build into the consistency point, right? This is a lot of the energy that's bringing a lot of wisdom into those partnerships. But it's not easy, because in the space of doing so, they're also healing from the illusion of rejection. Remembering that if we are in our authenticity and someone doesn't like what they see there, not to take it personally. This is the meaning of non-attachment, because if I can't control how you feel about me, but I like the things that I feel about myself, then your feelings, respectfully and with care, they're not one another's energetic responsibility. The one responsibility that we have of the feeling we create in one another is confusion. So this is a lot of energy that's working through consistency, clarity, and allowing the context of time. Slow and steady. which is what we would typically anticipate and expect when Mercury is in Taurus. Now, for a lot of the energy coming into divine union right now, I just keep on identifying that this energy is very heavily right now in high priestess energy, the relationship that effectively acts as sanctuary. This has been difficult, even leading up into this recent Scorpio full moon. We saw that may have felt like a little bit of instability arriving, because that is the energy that were the chariot partnerships that were being created from the time that Mars went direct up until Mars and Venus stationed direct behind Neptune. And that ability of identifying and recognizing that the gift that they give each other in partnership is the stabilization of consistency, which is a lesson that's also being translated in separation and deep within divine union right now. There's a lot of energy that we see here that immediately triggered a heart opening, right? Because it's the understanding that we don't heal from trauma to welcome trauma. We heal from trauma because when we come into a place of joy and we're used to trauma, trauma feels like an illusion. But this is why the energy right now is going through that shift, because they're passing that reality check. Because that ability to articulate through a heart opening, having a lot of that past trauma arrive, working through it, but instead of reacting to it, articulating upon it, potentially even apologizing for doing so. This is the energy that says you have nothing to apologize for. You've been carrying that for a long time, because often the body hides trauma from us until it's in a place that's safe enough for us to be able to experience and express it. But for the majority, and sometimes this makes us fall into separation. I will be honest, I was seeing a very small amount of energy potentially falling back into separation during this time, for over energy that wasn't ready to build into the new reality of the stability and joy that they were building for themselves, right? Because often when we don't feel like the joy is real, we basically articulate that we're not ready to heal because we feel like the joy is too much out of our comfort zone. So there may be a small portion that's fallen back into separation over this time. But what I was reading was a majority of the energy experiencing this is navigating through that heart opening, not letting themselves be triggered, not acting it out or projecting, but pushing through the heart and throat chakra to communicate what they're feeling instead of reacting to it, working through the safe embrace of partnership that allows for a deeper level of healing. This brings us to a lot of the energy right now that is deep within divine union. And what's interesting is we see that for a lot of the energy right now coming into divine union, this is the energy looking at each other eye to eye. They're saying, look at me, this is reality. The past is behind you. You're healing from that. For a lot of the energy right now, deep within divine union, this is the energy that's working through temperance, shifting into justice energy, which is the gift of recognizing that the healthy relationship is one wherein you feel that you have the energetic counterpart that always has your back. That ability of doing the work to heal from the egoic space that allows for the opportunity of being able to build into a relationship wherein you are kind, right? They almost like say to one another, don't be easy on me. Don't go gently on me, because that's a lot of the energy that says always patient, never waiting, working in the context of identifying and recognizing what it is that they're trying to bring about, the changes within the self, working through the hurdles or the blockages, and then having that ability, the healing, the deep healing that occurs when you have the clarity of someone that not only sees you, but sees as to who and what you aspire to be, that is able to offer that level or degree of clarity, right? And this may be predicated or articulated by hard conversations, because this is the energy that's taking a hard look at the self, not wanting to be clouded by the ego. But that is the beauty of being in healthy partnership. Those moments that we're worried that our ego is clouding our judgment, we have the healthy counterpart that can help us see straight, right? We can have the healthy counterpart that helps us see with a deeper sense of clarity. And that's why I keep on hearing that's why the energy right now is really deep within temperance, which is the next class. This is the next class we will be studying in the Tarot Church class program. That next class will be on June 11th. But working through the lessons of temperance and justice, which again, healthy partnership is not experiencing a blockage and leaning on it, right? feeling like it's something that excuses one from doing something. It's a lot of these messages that keep on coming through. All patience, no waiting. All work, no excuses. Identifying and recognizing weaknesses, not to be able to fall back, but to be able to build better, to be able to grow, to be able to excel, to be able to advance. But that work's not easy because I can see, and that's why I keep on hearing it's justice with temperance. Even in those moments that we feel like we're being too hard on ourselves, that is also where the healthy counterpart comes in, because it helps us identify the work that we have to do within and the versus the work we have to do without, and allows for that sense of being able not to overcorrect, right? It's a lot of that balancing and ballast. That is where we find all of the energy prior to beginning today's daily collective read. Now, if you would like to catch that full reading, you can find it over on the place where we keep the videos. You can also find it over on the place where we keep the photos. You can also find it as a podcast over on my spot at Tarot Church and over on my Substack. That said, we are going to get started on today's daily collective read in the next few minutes. But if you would like to get on the list for today, the list, as always, is open. As always, it is 3 cards for a donation of $29 or more, 4 cards for a donation of $23 or more for my subscribers, Binks in my Lio. Please keep in mind there are 2 things I do not read for across these apps, pregnancy and medical. Happy to give insight on anything in private readings, and you can book private readings on my site. Thank you so much, Addison, for being the first person on the list today. You'll also be getting an additional card. If anyone else wants to get on the list for today, you'll be the second person read for. Grand Rising, Haley. Good to see you. Thank you for the compliment, dear. I hope you're having a beautiful start to your day. And Andrew, thank you for joining us as well. Hi there, Jess. Good to see you. Sesandil, if I'm saying your name incorrectly, always feel free to correct me. I'm just wondering, do the owls I see in here lately have anything to do with spiritual gifts? I believe you posted that last time I was online. Short answer is potentially. You know, the thing with me in relationality to signs and symbols, and I do this, like, this is why I actually do dream interpretations. Not all symbols are the same, right? I know we have this like deep desire to be like, this means that. Okay. I know it makes things easier, but the truth is it has more to do with understanding the relevance of a symbol in the context of what you are seeing it in. So I want to say this, and I mean, with something, a question of that nature, I would not feel confident answering it unless we were doing a reading, because I would need to draw cards to be able to understand what the significance of that animal symbol is to you. So I hope that helps. But I mean, again, I think it's absolutely magnificent. And again, if you're seeing a predominance of a certain thing over and over again, and it feels like it's unique and it's standing out in your experience, I would definitely say that that's probably a symbol that's coming towards you. But I can't as easily tell you what the meaning of it is unless we were doing a reading. I hope that helps. 7 out of 10. Baby peed the bed this morning. Oh, that's what babies do, right? Sending you so much support on that journey, Haley. 8.3 is good. I like 8.3. Good to see you, Jess. Marie, thank you for sharing the live. Always appreciate when you guys share the live, and thank you for the follow. Ever Wander, your subscription's ending soon if you'd like to renew. Grand Rising, Marie. I just became a new subscriber. What does that entail? Thank you so much for joining and becoming a subscriber. So you will be entitled each day to a free card when we do the free cards for our subscribers once we complete the personal readings. You can also get on the list at a discounted rate. So for those who are not subscribers, the rate for a reading is $29 for 3 cards. You now have access to $23 for 4 cards. You also have access to the subscriber-only Discord channel that is available to you if you go to your perks for subscribers. And when you get to the Discord channel, you'll also find in the Discord channel a perks channel, which will give you an additional discount to my Substack class subscription should you choose to become a student. Thank you for helping me reach my crown goal, and thank you for becoming a part of our collective. Hi there, Grace. Good to see you today. I hope the interview goes well. Thank you for those gifts, Heather. Good to see you as well today. Marie, is Gemini season a bad thing? No. Nothing's a bad thing. There's no sign that is a bad thing. The thing that's going to it's going to be wacky. The thing that's going to be wacky is there's a lot of stuff happening as we move into Gemini season. Saturn is going into Aries, which is going to be, I mean, I think we're already starting to feel that. Mercury is going to be in Gemini, right? And like almost at the same exact time that Gemini season starts. So it's, I want to say, I think it's going to be a little wild. I think it might be a little unpredictable. I don't want to say it's negative. We're going to be reading into it, and I'm not like a Gemini new moon is kind of like, it's kind of grab bag energy. I got to admit, we're going to be talking about it, I mean, we're going to start talking about it now, because now we're moving towards that Gemini new moon. Gemini has been my teacher for the last 3 years. There we go. I'm not surprised to see that, Grace, because every time I read for you, the Two of Swords, like your card has just been like the two. Every time we do a private reading, every time we do a public, like it's just Two of Swords every time I do a reading for you. And there's a lot of associations in context with the Two of Swords and Gemini. Thank you for those gifts, Heather. Adina, your subscription's ending soon if you'd like to renew. And if you want to pop in the chat and say hello, I'll pin you. Make sure that you give Adina a follow. We had an absolutely beautiful podcast earlier this year. You can find that podcast over on Adina's page or over on my Substack in the collaboration section. It is absolutely slow burn energy, Heather. You hit the nail right on the head. It really is. And again, Mercury in Taurus is slow burn. It's like... And I got to tell you, Mercury doesn't like being in Taurus, but that's what I mean about it. I can see that happening in a lot of these relationship conversations, being like, I wish I didn't have to move slowly, but the past, like the past, the energy's going, the past. Odin, daughter, thank you for helping me reach my crown goal, dear. I feel called out right now. Good to see you, dear. I hope called out in a good way. Trinity, welcome. May I ask, what do you recommend for me and Michael? Happy to read for you on that. If you'd like to get on the list, you'll be the second person read for. We're also about to get started on the free daily collective if you'd like to stick around for that. And thank you for the follow. Always healing, never trying, Heather. Remember, trying is a qualifier to doing. You are always actively healing. Those wounds making it hard to see what is present versus what is past. I know they do. But that's why we always look at our wounds with perspective. Witches Brew, good to see you guys. So good to see you guys. Make sure that you give Witches a follow. I'm going to pin her here. Spot on as always. You're so welcome, dear. Always a joy to see you. I hope you're doing well. Hold on, I lost my spot. Boop, boop, boop. Haruna, thank you for the follow. And Emmy Boo, your subscription's ending soon if you'd like to renew. Marie, welcome. Grand Rising, Elisa. Thank you, guys. We made it to Friday. Still alive. Hi there, Rainbow. The scientific name for owls is a Strega forma. Is it? That's beautiful. I love that. I saw my name. I had to pop in and say hi. Hi, Gray. Welcome. I hope you're having a beautiful day. A great name. Heather, owls are connected to numerous goddesses involving magic. Very true. Very true. Oh, okay. I don't know what that is, Odin's daughter, but I'm glad to hear everybody's well. Which is what led owls to become the basis for the Italian word. Oh, Heather, I did not know that. Thank you. That is fascinating. I did not realize that strega forma is where we got the Italian word for witch. You see, we're all teaching things each other here. We're all learning here. We're all learning new stuff. That's awesome. Yep, I've got it. Yep. I did not know the origin. I really appreciate that. Thank you, Heather. That's really cool. Grand Rising, other Heather. We've got a cornucopia of Heathers in the room today. Hi there, Simone. How are you doing? You're so welcome, Grace. Marie, does my gift goal put you on the reading list? So if you want a personal reading, you send a donation. 23 for subscribers is the donation rate for a reading. We are also going to get started on the daily collective read in just a few minutes. So if you stick around, there'll be a free reading. Also, when we get to 50K likes, I will be doing a random drawing and giving a free reading to someone in the collective. So I hope that helps. And you will also be entitled to a free 1-card reading when we get to the free 1 cards, which are after the personal readings. Thank you, and I hope that helps. Marie, my ex is a Gemini, so that is why I was asking if I should take cover. Yeah, here's the thing right now. Here's talking about exes and the past. little thing that's happening right now. So Mercury being in Taurus can feel a little like a Mercury retrograde. Because Mercury doesn't like being in Taurus. It's because Taurus is very heavy energy. It's majestic. So it's like you can't run. I keep on getting the message you can't run through the halls of Taurus, right? And Mercury wants to run through the halls. You gotta go walk, run, walk, run. So it's, if you're feeling a little bit of the past creeping in, that might be why right now. Okay. Hi there, Bridget. But the bright side is, so the one thing I will say is the bright side is pretty much at like the time that we're getting to Gemini season, Mercury is going to be in Gemini. So hopefully I don't think, if you're having concerns about X stuff, I'd be more concerned now, is what I'm getting. I'd be more concerned now with Saturn moving into Aries and Mercury in Taurus than Gemini season proper. Hi there, Bridget. So good to see you today. And thank you for sharing the live. Rainbow, Neptune and Saturn were both sitting on the edge of that Pisces air. I know. It's been ridiculous. Hi, Anita. What's up? That's a lot of words I don't know. I hope you're having a beautiful day. You can stick around for the free reading if you'd like, dear. I don't know what any of that means, but it sounds interesting. Neptune, Rainbow, reading Neptune and Saturn were, it wasn't just Neptune and Saturn, Heather. We had like a ridiculous like cluster of planets bouncing back and forth between the Pisces, at like the meridian between Pisces and Aries for like the last like 2 months. It's been ridiculous. And that's why I've been telling you, I felt really bad for Pisces during their season. And I'm feeling a little concerned for Taurus during theirs right now, because we're going to go through the litany of grievances that have been this astrology this year. Pisces going through abandonment wounds, because it's not just the fact that the energy is leaving the house. It's that it leaves and it comes back and then it leaves again. So it's like, wow. You know what I mean? It's like, it could be very triggering to abandonment wounds for those with Pisces placements. For those with Aries placements, it's been really triggering to intimacy wounds, right? Pisces is saying, come back. Aries is saying, get out of my house. Okay, like Aries is trying to keep everybody. Aries is like, get away from me. I need space. And then we've got Taurus energy that's looking at all the houses in Aries, and they're seeing red flags everywhere. It's ridiculous. It's fine. It's fine. It's going to be fine. Okay. We're finally getting over that hump. We're getting there. Neptune, Saturn, we just got to get them over it. Hi there, Adina. So good to see you today. I hope you're well. All right. Hermes moving slowly. I mean, you have to. It's Taurus. It's in Taurus. It's in Taurus. You can't run. All I keep on hearing is you can't run in the house of Taurus. You got to walk. It's like run, walk back into Gemini. All right, Marie, thank you. Grand Rising, Tanya. That was one sentence, healing those wounds up to distinguish past from present. No, I totally understood it. Yeah, it's not easy right now. And because especially it can sometimes feel like, I'm telling you, this type of energy can feel like old wounds being reopened slowly, slowly. Rainbow, that was one sentence. Yep, I got that. Hi, Friday. Absolutely, Tanya. Grace, my two Gemini traits, belief and influence. My past life as a writer right now, totally. Yeah, I mean, like it's a lot. Jupiter in Gemini. I collect all the info and then scatter it to the winds. But you're good at remembering it, Like that's great though. Like a Jupiter in Gemini is like I still have that. You know what I mean? Like it's like, after all this time, working through co-parenting challenges, sending you so much support on that journey. Moore's Garden, Sag Sun, Gemini Moon, Virgo Rising. I like that though. That's fun. Like Sag Sun, Gemini Moon is a lot of it's a lot of, how do I describe it? It's like by day I'm this, by night I'm that. It's like, oh no, you must know me in my day job. Like it's a lot of that type of energy. Don't tell anyone you saw me here. Oh, I like Taylor Swift songs, Anita. Okay, here we go. Tarot Destroyer, this is your last opportunity. You come on here very frequently and you never have something positive to say. I hope you find the healing that you seek. Okay. Just bear with me a moment. Sorry about that, guys. Apologies to those who are trying to enjoy the chat. Okay. Grand Rising, Team Olsana. And Brandy, your subscription's ending soon if you'd like to renew. Hi there, Anita. Libra Sun, Scorpio Moon. That's beautiful though. Libra Sun, Scorpio Moon is just, I mean, it's a lot of that desire to dig under the surface for things. It's a lot of that exploration energy. It's a lot of their like there's more to the story. You know what I mean? And you probably know the more to the story, right? Like you have all the tea. There, the rainbow. My brain figured out somehow that semantic memory is not a dopamine pathway. Ooh, interesting. Very interesting. I want to understand more about that. We're going to create a neurodivergent channel on the Discord to share tips and tricks. Hi there, Electra. Your readings are always so spot on with what I'm currently going through. I'm so glad to hear that these messages are in alignment to you, and welcome. You're so welcome. Hi there, Angela. I'm a Gemini with Cancer Moon and Leo Rising. That's nice too. That's very elegant. That's very elegant energy, right? There's like you're someone who like buys something like from the five and dime and turns it into something that looks like it's like just like priceless. It's a lot of that. Where did you get that? Be like, I made it myself. That'll be wonderful. Thank you, Moors. Neurodivergent. Yes. Angela, thank you for confirmation. My dad, mom, and sister they're all Gemini risings. Oh, good Lord. That's a lot. The conversations must be very, very rapid. Like a lot of you got to keep up. Like I like that's a lot of pinball energy there. It's a lot of pinball energy. That's like a lot of people having like a conversation that others do not understand what they're talking about. My older brother, son, and boyfriend, and Cancer rising. I'm a Pisces rising, but here's the thing: Cancer rising and Pisces rising are like peas and carrots. You know what I mean? Like you guys just like that's like it's just like it's romantical. You know what I mean? It's just probably like it's giving me like show tunes. It's giving me like it's giving me like really like romantic and sweet. I'm a Leo with Libra moon and Cancer rising. Yeah, A Libra moon and Cancer rising for a Leo is like I want to say it's like a lot of quiet dignity. It's a lot of, I never told them about that. It's a lot of, I kept it to myself. It's a lot of like, it stays here and here and here and here it will stay. Like that's a lot of love is keeping secrets kind of energy. I had to learn to be a lawyer to defend any idea I had. No, I get it. No, with that much Gemini energy, you really have to. Yes, so similar. Yes. I love my placements. Scorpio sun, Aries moon, Pisces rising. Oh, I mean, those are great too. Because you're like, that's just like we ride at dawn. Like, that's a lot of that. You're like, yeah, if you start something, you better finish something. Because if not, you're going to be the one to finish it. Lots of Libra and Aquarius as well. That's a lot of standing on business, Haley. It's a great combo. I agree. Good to see you, Addison, and you're the first person on our list today. Speaking about the list, a couple of updates before we get started. First of all, I want to thank everybody who attended our recent class on the death card. It was such a joy to be able to work you through that card. If you could not be present for the live class, never fear. The class is now available on my Substack to paid subscribers. So you can still head over there and catch the class. And if you become a paid subscriber if you are a paid monthly subscriber to my Substack, you have access to over 9 hours worth of material in the Tarot Church Library Archive. If you become a founding member, you'll have access to over 13 hours worth of material. You'll have full access to the library, and the library is ever growing. Our next class is going to be held on Wednesday, June 11th at 6 p.m. PST, 9 p.m. Eastern. We are going to be continuing our studies into the tarot with a focus on the Temperance card. I am so excited to teach this class. The Temperance card is an absolutely beautiful card. We're going to talk about the symbology of the card. We're going to talk about the history of the card. I'm going to work you through spread applications, how to read that card in any direction that it may appear in your own readings. And I'm also going to show you a unique spread to help channel the messages of that card into your own readings. And as I mentioned, all you need to do if you'd like to become a part of our tarot class program is head over to my Substack and become a paid subscriber. Your paid subscription to my Substack is your entry into our live classes each and every month. You will also, as a paid subscriber, have access, as I mentioned, to over 9 hours worth of material in the Tarot Church Library Archive. It's not necessary for you to catch up, but I will tell you, if you wanted to catch up, now is the perfect time to join, because June 11th is our next class. You've got about 9 hours worth of material to catch up on. That's about 2 classes per week leading into the class itself, to give you like a good primer of what we've studied thus far. And if you choose to become a founding member, not only will you have full access to the entirety of the library, so that's access to over 14 hours worth of material that is available for you as a founding member. You will also, in an ever-growing library, you will also have access to the option, you also have a discount on the full year's worth of readings, and you will also have access to a complimentary one-on-one mentorship class with me, if you choose to receive one, where I will meet with you personally to assess where you are on your tarot journey, and give you the best insights in terms of how to utilize those classes to the best of your advantage going forward. One of the things I tried to do in these classes was make them accessible to the absolute novice tarot reader as well as the seasoned reader. There's definitely something there for everyone. Don't let your lack of experience or your robust experience prevent you from joining us in these classes. And even if you don't become a paid subscriber to my Substack, I would encourage you to follow me there to stay up to date on any new offerings or services. I also post my weekly newsletter there, which will let you know about my in-person events as well as my online live schedule. You'll also be notified as to any new, you also have access to my Mystic Meditation articles, which are summaries on what we've been seeing energetically in article form. I'm also very happy to let you know that on top of my standard life path readings, I also offer mentorship classes. These are for any of my clients seeking a more personalized educational experience with me. I take a very limited number of students for this reason, as those classes are focused on each individual's personal spiritual goals and journey work. Those classes can be purchased on an individual level or as a monthly class series, weekly or bi-weekly as your schedule permits. Also, for my clients that are seeking more consistent weekly tarot support, I'm very happy to offer weekly tarot insight packages. That is a package of 4 30-minute readings, again, weekly or bi-weekly as your schedule permits, so that you can stay more consistent on your personal journey. I'm also very happy to now offer dream interpretation readings. Those can be purchased on an individual level per dream or as a series. I would encourage that if you purchase the series package, that you start to keep a dream journal, as we will meet weekly or bi-weekly with that journal and utilize the tarot to understand the key themes and messages coming towards you in the dream space. That said, we are going to get started on today's daily collective read in the next few minutes. If you guys could do me a favor, and if you'd like to get on the list for a personal reading, the list is open. You will be the second person read for today. It is 3 cards for a donation of $29 or more, 4 cards for a donation of $23 or more for my subscribers. Binks in my Lio. Please keep in mind there are 2 things I don't read for across these apps: pregnancy and medical. Happy to give insight and private readings, and you can book private readings on my site. We do here dream interpretation, highest priority messages from spirit, past life, mediumship, pet readings, animal spirit guide readings, life path readings, love readings. You can find the full list over on my tree that has Binks in it in my Lio. We're also doing 2 giveaways today. Our first giveaway is a reading giveaway. We'll be doing a free reading for the highest gifter between now and the conclusion of the daily collective read. So I wish you a lot of luck if you're participating in that giveaway. The other giveaway we'll do right today is we will be doing a reading giveaway when we get to 50K likes. So make sure that you're tapping that screen, and we will get to 50K in no time. Going to take a minute to read over some of the comments that came through as I was giving those recaps. Hi there. Welcome from Indonesia, Bokir. And if I'm ever saying your name incorrectly, feel free to correct me. All right. Sun in 7th house as well. So my life is passion. Oh, absolutely. I can see that, Haley. My brother and sister's husband, Gemini moon. My brother's wife, Gemini. That is so much Gemini energy. Sheesh. Like magnets. Makes sense. I feel like Geminis stick together like that. Mine is when I forgive without question until I don't. Not always smart, but my heart is big. Yep, that makes a lot of sense, Grace. My ex-wife also Gemini rising. That's wild. Also loads of Aquarius energy around me. And I've got Sag and Leo rising. Well, that makes sense because Aquarius and Gemini energy, like Aquarius and Gemini get along like this. You know what I mean? Because Aquarius likes Gemini because Gemini can keep up with Aquarius. Like a Gemini understands when Aquarius is talking from a place of ideals. And Aquarius likes Gemini because Gemini always is able to show them a different point of view. Like it helps Aquarius see that there's 2 sides to every situation. Like a bunch of Sag energy throughout the chart. Yep. Thank you for encouraging everyone to tap the screen, Haley. And thank you, Addison, for sharing the live. Hi there, Kate.